the Cindy's Choice Show, and you are listening on 92.7 FM and 95.3 FM HD4. That's out in Milwaukee. TuneIn Radio. I love the TuneIn Radio app because you can download the app and get Nooga Radio anywhere, anytime. Also, we are live streaming on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. I'm waving at the screen instead of the camera. And hello, Facebook. We're live streaming on Facebook as well. So join us there. Again, you're listening to Nooga Radio, and I am Cindy. I'm your host, and it's Cindy's choice to make a positive impact in our community. I have a great guest on with me to do that today. I'll be introducing him shortly. It's my absolute passion to support community initiatives with a very special focus on community collaboration. I gather businesses and nonprofits that complement each other and have the same target audience. And I offer them shared marketing management. I am a social entrepreneur that focuses on social capital. And the beauty of shared concepts is it's not just about the money that I can save for businesses. Together, we can do so much more. We can contribute so much more to the community. And again, I have a wonderful guest to help me out today with community initiatives and community collaboration, and that Captain Roger Gibbens has joined me here today. Hi, Captain Gibbens. How are you?
Well, hello, and hello to everyone out there in radio land.
There you go. Captain Gibbens is with the Chattanooga Police Department. He is the commander of Charlie Center. Did I say that right?
It's Charlie Sector.
Charlie Sector.
Yes,
Sector.
ma'am.
So I don't have my glasses on. Commander of Charlie Sector.
Yes, ma'am.
And there are 3 sectors.
There are 3 sectors in the city.
So tell me about your sector.
My sector is everything east of Missionary Ridge and south of the Tennessee River, all the way to the borders of Ottawa, Collegedale, and Georgia and the county.
Awesome. And I want to talk a little bit about you, Captain Gibbens, because you have a really interesting, well, to me, an ideal background for being a police officer. Okay. And that you come from a social work background, right?
That is correct. I have a degree in social work from UTC Gomox. And I worked for 11 years at what was then the Children's Home Chambliss Shelter, but is now the Chambliss Center for Children. Wonderful,
wonderful. I love that. It's good to know. That's the perfect balance, that we need that authority out there. With that gives me the impression of a compassionate leader, a good servant leader. And I just want to take a minute, too, to thank you. Thank you for your service to our community.
Well, I appreciate you saying that.
Appreciate so much. Appreciate our first responders and those who serve our community. I use my platform a lot to honor those. I love honoring heroes. And in my book, the people in blue, I was going to say the guys in blue, but the guys and girls in blue are heroes. And I love having this opportunity and feel very blessed to have this platform to spotlight that appreciation for that work and then help you get the word out about important community initiatives and issues.
Well, thank you. We appreciate the support that you give us. Thanks.
And one of those issues is auto theft prevention.
Yes, auto theft prevention and also auto burglary prevention. The auto.
Hold on, Captain Gibbens. I think we're going to get a call here from the community kitchen. Hold on 1 second.
Certainly.
They're doing a live remote out there today. This is Cindy on the Cindy's Choice Show. You are live on 92.7. Hey, is this Sam?
Yeah, Mike Steele broadcasting live from downtown Chattanooga.
Awesome.
We are at the community kitchen and about to hand out several hundred shoe boxes.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
For homeless veterans and veterans in general.
What's it like? Do you have a lot of veterans down there, Sam?
I think Mayor Andy Burks gets a speech.
Oh, wow.
We're discussing as to how to get homeless military veterans off the street, everybody with an extra room, extra apartment, so on and so forth, contact his office. And I believe there's also federal grants to assist with that. But right now, we are in downtown Chattanooga, a community center, and it looks like there's probably at least 150 people or more coming in for these shoe boxes with lots of goodies. Everything from hand warmers to lotions to soaps, toothbrush, on and on and on. So we'll check back with you broadcast live from the community center, downtown Chattanooga, Nooga Radio, 92.7, 95.3 HD4. Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you, Mike. All right, awesome. That was Mike from a live remote down at the community kitchen here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And they are doing a campaign down there today, Captain Gibbens, where a Summer Cares program. This young girl has led this campaign to collect shoe boxes full of items for homeless veterans.
Oh, nice.
And so they're giving those out today. And it sounds like Mayor Burke has showed up to talk to the crowd that looks like about 150 people at the community kitchen today.
Well, that's a wonderful thing.
Yes, it's a very wonderful thing, and it's that's again why I love this platform to get the word out. I've shared with you. There was an article in the Pulse recently, and I talk about it here on the show about my bout with homelessness. I was actually homeless on the streets in Chattanooga the summer of 2015, but I had battled homelessness after health issues on and off with couch surfing and gypsy style living for a while before it ultimately led to that. And I always like to share, I sure didn't go homeless on purpose, but there was great purpose in it. And I just appreciate Nooga Radio for understanding my mission and supporting my platform to make a difference based on, turn my experiences into purpose. And so let's now jump back to our conversation with Captain Gibbens. And we were talking about auto theft prevention in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yes, ma'am. We have a campaign going on now with the Chattanooga Police Department and partnering with businesses across the community. And one of the focuses is auto theft prevention. We have a few tips that we can talk about. They're pretty basic, and you would think were common sense, but unfortunately, there are a lot of people who don't do some of these very basic things. And if they would do these very basic things, they could prevent themselves from being victims. The first one is never leave your keys in a car while it's unoccupied. There are a lot of people who have the key fobs, and they just leave them in the car, or they just leave their keys in the car because they feel their driveway is a safe spot. So you should never leave your keys in the car.
Exactly. And something that's been very hard for me, but I'm finally there. When you are an honest, trustworthy person, yes, you just assume that everybody else is, or most people, for the most part, and you just can't do that.
That is correct. Unfortunately, not everybody thinks like a police officer and suspects everybody. Honest people really do believe that everyone else is 100% honest, and sadly, in today's society, that's not true. And so, it's always important, the basic things to remember, that you may trust everybody, and there are criminals out there who are banking on and hoping that you will trust them, because they will take advantage of that.
Councilman Ledford, when he was on, he had a great quote, and I forget who the quote was from, and I can't quote it exactly, but basically it said, give people the benefit of the doubt, but validate. It's like give them the benefit of the doubt, but validate. And that's something that I've had to practice a lot, because I believe everyone on their word, because I can be believed on my word. And I've learned no, and there's actually people that are very practiced and very good at convincing people that they're honest.
Yes, ma'am, there sure are.
Awesome. Okay, what's our second tip?
Second one is make sure you keep all your windows and your sunroof closed when you're not in the vehicle. The third point is never leave your vehicle running while unattended. We have a lot of people whose vehicles end up missing because they just take that short trip into the gas station or that short trip into the store, and they just think that's great. It's like it's like valet service for auto theft. So,
well, you say a lot of people. I mean, is there like a vague percentage that you could say of all the car thefts in Chattanooga? What percentage would you say people actually left their car running, left that invitation to someone?
Well, our crime analysis unit tracks things and through narratives and reports. And one of the things they track is how many vehicles were taken with keys left in the vehicle. And what we're finding is that for auto thefts, it hovers right around 50% of all vehicles taken had the keys left in the vehicle, whether it was left running or they just left the keys there.
Wait, what percent?
Pretty close to 50%.
Wow. And it's funny. And way back in the past, I had done that. But then when I heard warnings like this, I thought, oh, okay, I better not take the chance anymore. And now, even though I live in a nice neighborhood and in a secluded kind of long driveway, kind of hidden in the back, when I forget something in the house, I turn my truck off and grab my keys and walk back in the house. That's to the degree. And I'm like, it was very, very unlikely that my truck would get stolen. But I just want to, be consistent. So, because it does happen. You just never know.
Right. And a lot of thieves and a lot of auto thieves do so through opportunity. And so when the chance presents itself by you leaving your vehicle running, well, obviously with the keys in it, then that just gives them that opportunity that they may not have taken right then. The next point that we have is to lock your vehicle doors even while driving. Sadly, we've had cases where people were stopped at a red light and someone opened the door and climbed in and then took the vehicle. So I'm so glad you brought that up. My vehicle that I had before had automatic door locks, and I absolutely loved that. And I love my Nissan Titan, but it doesn't have that. And I bought it like I'm the second owner of the truck, so I didn't get to select that. And it took me the longest time to recondition myself to lock my doors instead of remembering to do it right when I pull up at a red light and recognize maybe that's not some place I want to be with my doors unlocked. But that I really want to stress to people to really get in that habit, because that is common, right? Yes, it is a lot, and I think you're stressing that people should continually make a point to make a habit and continually do something like lock their doors, take their keys with them. These types of things are important because if we do them over and over, then they become a habit, and then we do them without thinking. They become muscle memory, as it were.
Yes, and that is. And they say once you've done something 20 times consecutively, you can develop a new habit. So if you hang with it, you can, or put little reminders. That's what I do a lot, is hang something on my visor or put something in a certain place to remind me, because you know how it is. I've had my vehicle broken into in my driveway. I hate to admit. This was in Houston, Texas, and I locked my car all the time. But it was one of those evenings where I went out to get something out of the vehicle and did not lock it. And the next day I go out there and it had been rummaged through. Now, thankfully, there wasn't anything of great value. There was things of personal value that got taken, but nothing of great monetary value. But that feeling of being invaded that way, and then for me to feel so stupid because I do religiously lock my vehicle. And now I'm so paranoid that sometimes I'm already in the house and I'll grab my remote and lock my truck again because I know that you can forget.
Right.
I hate that feeling.
Well, and I wouldn't necessarily say that it's being paranoid. It's just being safe. You want to keep you safe. You want to keep your family safe, and you want to keep your items and your valuables safe and secure. So I think that's important to always remember to do those things. Another tip is to install an anti-theft system in your vehicle if it doesn't have one. A lot of the newer vehicles have that comes along with it. And I think that will deter a lot of thieves, but it also helps if in the event that your car is stolen, then it helps us to track it a whole lot easier. And the last tip that we have on our list of tips is you can etch your vehicle's VIN number, the vehicle identification number, on each window. And the Chattanooga Police Department does provide that service to groups. It has to be set up beforehand, and you can call our crime prevention unit, Sergeant Wayne Jefferson, at the police department, and have your group set up a time, and we'll come out and have people etch that into your window, and that is another way to help prevent vehicle theft. Vehicle theft, but also helps us to recover it.
Wow, that's awesome. And so what would be the best way if someone wants to have that done? What's step one again with getting that VIN number etched on there if they want to take advantage of that opportunity?
They would contact the Chattanooga Police Department at 423-643-5000, and then they ask for Sergeant Wayne Jefferson with our crime prevention unit, and he will talk with them and set up a time that he and others can come talk to their group about safety tips and have that service provided. We did this earlier this week at Coffee with a Cop. It was actually, I believe, on Saturday, and it was at Hamilton Place Mall, and that service was provided there. So it's one way the police department is helping partner with the community to try and keep your valuables safe.
Awesome. Well, I want to continue with Captain Gibbens, but just a quick reminder, you are listening to the Cindy Story Show on 92.7 FM and 95.3 FM HD4. I am Cindy, and our wonderful sponsor is Chicken Salad Chick. And Captain Gibbens actually admitted to me that he has not tried Chicken Salad Chick yet, but to his benefit, I loaded him up with some scoop-free cards so that he can get over there right away and be bragging on Chicken Salad Chick with me next time he's here. But Chicken Salad Chick, everyone I meet, they haven't tried it or they love it. So if you haven't tried it, go try it. You're going to love it. There's 3 locations here in Chattanooga. The first location came in downtown. They're on Broad and 7th. For busy people, you can call in ahead, and they actually have curbside pickup downtown. That's a good thing to know for an officer, isn't it?
Yes,
and there's the Gun Barrel location, and then the new location at Erlanger Mall that's been very well received. And what's great about Erlanger Mall is it is, like I said, everyone loves Chicken Salad Chick. It's a Southern thing, chicken salad. And there's a variety of 12 different recipes. But the fact that the classic Carol recipe, and I hate to call it the plain one because it's very tasty. It's the most popular recipe. It's actually 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten. So it's just, there's so many great things about Chicken Salad Chick. Check it out at chickensaladchick.chattanooga.com. Chicken Salad Chick, Chattanooga.com. And now I want to jump back in with Captain Gibbens. We've got a few minutes left, and we were talking about the Lock It, Hide It, and Hold It campaign that Captain Gibbens has been out spreading the word about. I met him at the East Brainerd Council meeting, and then we crossed paths in Ooltewah, which is another part of, or we were actually in Collegedale again. Or maybe it was North Chattanooga, who knows?
We were on the border. We were right there near.
Where were we? But he is out there making the rounds to try to get the word out and help people not lose their vehicle. And I would really, definitely pay attention to these warnings, and don't leave your keys in your car, but getting your VIN number etched on why not? Just, it's a free service. Just why not take that precaution and have that done?
Yes, ma'am. I think it's a great idea, and I think it's a wonderful way to help prevent and or find your vehicle should it be taken. The Lock It, Hide It, Hold It part of the outreach for the Chattanooga Police Department this year, that is to help prevent auto break-ins or auto burglaries. We've had a little bit of an uptick this year in theft from vehicle. Last year in total, in 2016, there were 2,349 vehicles that were entered and items taken.
Wow.
This year, through October, the number is 2,394, and that doesn't count all of November or the number so far this year.
Okay, what was the first number?
It was 2,349. That
for
was
total.
For total of the entire year
So
in
we're
2016.
up this year.
That's correct. We are up. Through October, we're already over that amount.
Wow.
And what we see in this particular crime is we find that nearly 70% of all auto burglaries occur because someone has left the car unlocked. In Sector 3 in particular, the Charlie sector, auto theft and auto burglaries make up over 50% of all crimes reported. So if we could get people to lock their doors in their cars, it would eliminate about 35% of all crime in Charlie sector.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, we're about out of time, Captain Gibbens, but you get out there and try some Chicken Salad Chick.
Oh, I will.
And then I'd love to have you back on the show and do my part with these PSAs in helping the community be aware of these statistics and protect themselves and their property.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Please stay tuned. We're going to take a break, and then Russell Stroud, our news manager, is going to join me for the second half of the show. Since the guys are down at the community kitchen today, we're going to talk a little bit about homelessness, my personal experience, which is really awkward for me, but Russell's easy to talk to with needing those services, quite honestly, with eating at the community kitchen for a couple of months. So y'all stay tuned and join us for the second